Hi, how's it going? This is Knobcat Games Dungeons of the Obelisk Prototype 4, Part 2. Um, for those of you that don't know, Knobcat Games is my game company. We started it in July, and we've been working on this game for a couple months now. And I'm going to show you where we're at. So let me get it started up. We now have this opening screen with some music that I made, which I'm pretty excited about. I think it still needs a little work, but I'm into it. Right now, one of the newest things in this prototype is our dungeon selection screen. So now we have the obelisk and we have the dungeons laid out underneath it. So you can go down through the levels of difficulty and, delve deeper under the obelisk. So right now, I've been playing a character for a while. So I'm just going to show you that character. Actually, up at the top, we have our gold counter. So the enemies that we have in the game right now, each one gives 5 gold. So I've killed over 1,000 enemies with this character. This is my build right now. I'm not using any health, which is a little bit broken right now because the enemies don't do that much damage. We still just have the one trash mob that's not supposed to really do that much damage. It's supposed to be kind of the mob in the tutorial level and kind of hanging out with the other mobs once they get added in. So this build's a little broken right now, but I'm going to balance everything out. Basically, if I had to have some health, I'd take a little bit of my strength away. I think I'd switch one of these strength items to some health. Excuse me. Right now I'm using this grave filler, which is a main hand axe, and this one actually rolled almost perfect for what is possible in the game right now. So it's got 250 strength plus 5% to strength, a 5% block, and then just 1% crit damage, but pretty good. And then I'm running this shiver because I needed something with karma on it. And actually, I think I had a different... Oh yeah, I was trying to decide earlier. So I have this baying blade that has 160% crit damage on it, but my character doesn't have any crit chance on anything right now. So I switched it to this shiver that has 5% focus damage. A shiver is it's basically a snow globe. It's an offhand focus, like a wizard or something would hold. And it has 5% focus damage, which basically increases my damaged by a flat 5%. So I was trying to decide if the karma, I think the losing 10 karma is worth 5% overall damage, but it doesn't really matter anyways, as you'll see, because when we start fighting the enemies, I am pretty much wrecking everybody. So one of the newest things that I'm really excited about, is little but great, is these health bars. So now whenever you hit the enemies, you can tell how much damage you're doing to them. We did over half of that guy's health. You can still click on the enemies and pull up exactly how much everything they have. The one thing it doesn't show right now is that these guys have 5% dodge chance. So that's something we'll have to get sorted. These aren't really finished yet. They're still a work in progress. But yeah, throw it in auto and let you guys see how my character's just wrecking everybody at the moment. I'm fast enough that they don't even really get a chance to hit me right now. So we'll run through this dungeon, and then we'll actually delete this character and start over, and I'll show you guys what it's like kind of beginning in the first dungeon and then trying to level up. We'll just, play the game a little bit. That's what I've been doing for days now since Kel gave us the prototype. This character would be extra nuts if I just had something on it that gave some crit chance, because when we're hitting all these enemies, you'd get some big crits on them, I think, with the bang blade. Oh, there we go. So level select. We'll just hit any level, and we're going to delete my saved character. And we're going to delete here as well. It seems like if you don't do both of them, sometimes it gets a little weird. Excuse me, this is obviously something that you'll never do when the game launches. You'll just want to keep your character progressing forever through the content. But for testing, it's nice to be able to start over and run through everything again. So now that we're level 1, we can create our character again. So I'm going to make my go-to character of Testo. This time I make him where he has black eyes, no hair, no beard, this mouth, and we'll give him the Knobcat shirt, I think. But this is my go-to character for testing right now. And if we just check our inventory at the moment, we just have a few trash potions that you start with, and we have Face Gold Longsword, which is the tutorial sword. And right now, this one actually, it rolled critical damage instead of critical chance. So it's a little not good in the minor stats, but it still has the legendary power of giving us +5 to all of our major stats. So if you see, this is a character at level 1 with no loot equipped, and then when you give him the sword, you end up having 7, and then we're getting a 25% boost to health on this sword happen to roll. I'm not sure if we're gonna have random things rolling on the tutorial sword or not in the final game, but right now it's kind of fun to see what you get. Anyways, let's get into the dungeon. One of the little things right now, I unequipped my sword, so I lost my health, so we'll have to use a potion. Let's actually go to the loot creator and make ourselves some potions right now, because eventually, once everything's working like it's supposed to, you'll get potions from battles, and you won't have to spawn them in. They'll be fairly available. So our speed is 7, and let's see, this glove actually has a 15 dex, and this one has a 7 dex, same as me. So this guy's gonna go over twice as much as us. It's a pretty fast glove, but we're just gonna auto. He dodged that attack. It feels a little slow in the beginning compared to what we were just playing with the maxed out character. But these games are always a little slow in the beginning. You kind of have to go slow so you can see what's happening, when you're new. You can try things out and tell what's going on before you start, autoing through stuff super fast. Experience gain has been fixed since our last build, so right now we have a exponential growth curve for the levels. So every level you need a lot more experience to get through, and we fixed what the gloves give, so it's working out pretty good for progressing through the dungeons and stuff. Oh, we got a hood. Oops. Well, we'll fight these two and then we'll see about that hood. I was saying earlier, the one thing that is really kind of standing out right now is that the enemies don't drop any loot, and we're getting all of our loot from chests still. So that's something that's going to get fixed in the next build. You know, chests will just give us a gold or something, and the loot will actually drop from mobs. I don't know if you noticed, but during that last battle, our health got kind of low, and we auto-used a potion. So that's something that we can do now. In when you're autoing, you can actually use a potion instead of just dying in auto. This Robin Hood that we picked up, still obviously the placeholder art, but 15 strength on it. That's the default for rare items. And then 1% experience gain, which doesn't do much for us yet, but that'll get buffed up eventually too once I can tweak all the numbers. But we should be doing a lot more damage now. There we go. A main hand with crit chance, but it rolled health. So right now, whoops, I guess that was the dungeon. Go back into level 1. We'll take a look at this. So this is a decent weapon, but it rolled health. So if we put this on, we end up only having 17 strength and only and we're at 25 constitution, which right now is a little bit not great, but I think we'll hang on to this destiny because the crit chance on it's really good. That's 6% crit chance. So we'll keep that in mind. If we get another item that can give us some strength, we'll be able to abandon the tutorial sword and go for the destiny. An uncommon bow is not good, but this rosary gives us a little bit more karma, so we'll be able to use our mana attacks a lot more too. How fast are these gloves? We should strength it's not strength. Dexterity right now is probably the best stat, it seems like. And one of the things that I'm not too worried about is making all of these main stats balanced. They need to be balanced in that they work well in the game, but you know, having dexterity be a better stat, you know, a little bit more important than karma or something like that, doesn't bother me. I feel like that's part of the game, is figuring out, you know, how much karma you need, you know, kind of min-maxing it a little bit. Another new thing is when you have a bunch of enemies on screen and you have this that attacks closest, we now get this little blue arrow over their head, so you can tell which mobs are going to get attacked whenever you use your attacks in manual mode. That's whenever auto is off. What did we get out of that chest? Oh, a chest plate with some dexterity on it. We will use it. In these lower levels, it's kind of cool because the trash stuff is still actually helpful. You know, 5 dexterity is pretty good at the moment. You know, that's like practically doubling what we have. So we should be able to outspeed these glubs a little better. Kel really packed a lot of stuff into this update. I don't know if you guys are noticing, but we now have these borders as well. So the pop-ups and stuff, the menus have this background that Ben made, and the border is in the game now. So that's pretty cool to me. We'll do level 1 one more time, try to get a few more things, and then we'll see if we can move up to level 2. We got a bow with a bunch of block chance on it, and dexterity as well, and another chest plate. Ooh. Both of these are actually pretty good for us right now. What do we have? We have karma on our rosary for our offhand. So we can either stick with karma and equip the vines, but actually this ebon razor is a legendary offhand. And also, by the way, we're not going to be dropping legendaries all the time in level 1. It's still a little bit broken. There's not drop rates right now, and everything drops from everywhere. So you can get like these weird consumables and stuff. Everything is just available in the chests at the moment. So every item in the game could potentially drop right now. The thing about the ebon razor though is it's an offhand weapon, so it actually gives you a second attack. So whenever we attack with our sword, we'll also attack with our offhand dagger. So that's actually pretty powerful for us right now, I think. Yeah, so we're, one move, we're killing the glubs now. Yeah, so that's a huge power boost to our character now. Shield and an offhand regular stone. So neither of those are better than the ebon razor. Let's go to level 2. The gloves will be more powerful, but the loot will also be better. We don't really need a ton of health right now, but let's take it. 46 health. We're going to be completely unkillable now. Also, this one rolled movement speed, which is something we haven't talked about yet. We now have our UI at the bottom with our auto button and stuff, but it has this gear for movement speed. So it's not going to be very noticeable right now, but you can click it and just put the default speed, or you can have your max movement speed, which right now is 1.1. But as we get higher, you'll be able to tell, as we level up, you'll really be able to tell how much the movement speed affects the game. Yeah, see, these glubs are a bit more powerful now. We're not quite hitting one shot in them anymore, but still pretty good. We used some Revitalize and got our mana back from our attack. Oh. And we just hit level 2. So let's take a look. Testo is now level 2. And you know what? I'm thinking about equipping this Destiny. How much does our health drop, or does our strength drop? We still have 19 strength. Let's see how much we do. So we have 6% crit chance right now, which is decent. That's coming from this Destiny. And we don't have anything else. Did our... I'll have to watch this video back, because now I'm not seeing... I definitely saw the character Revitalize, which is whenever you use a mana spender, Revitalize is a chance to get your mana back from that attack. So we definitely saw the character revitalize for a minute there, but our revitalize is 0. And we don't have any revitalize on the Face Gold Longsword. So I'm not sure where that revitalize came from. We'll have to keep an eye on that, because we definitely don't have any at the moment. So let's see how this wand works with Magic Missile. It doesn't say it on the tooltip yet, but Magic Missile can hit, I think it's 2 to 5 times, and it hits every enemy, and they can't dodge it. So it's actually a really good weapon right now. And then we still have our offhand attack with the Ebon Razor. So let's see how that works, even with the lower strength. Oh, whoops, we don't have enough karma, do we? Oh, we need max karma to use our Magic Missile. Alright, we're gonna have to auto through this painfully slowly. Magic Missile's pretty good. I think this build would actually be decent right now with a little bit of karma on it. So we'll have to see what we have in the inventory. Yeah, so we only have 4 karma. So what did we were using the gold longsword that was giving us karma as its legendary power. This sturdy buckler, we give up our Ebon Razor attack, but we get 30 karma, so we're going to be able to use our Magic Missile every turn. So let's run that for a second. Whoops, that was the end of the level. Let's go back into level 2, and let's see what we got out of that last chest. We got a barrier with strength on it. That's a lot of strength, but I think we need the karma to use our attack. So let's try it out. Oh my god. Well, for sure we're going with the Shiver that has 46 karma. So one of the things that's a little janky right now, and I think I said this already, but we're getting every item in the chest that's in the game. So normally these legendary items are only going to drop from elites and stuff once the game is actually how it's supposed to be. So you won't get these items quite as fast as we're getting. It's kind of sped up for testing, basically, at the moment. Yeah, even without a ton of strength or speed, this Destiny is actually working really well. I can't tell if it's broken good though. You know, it's working as intended at the moment, but the mana cost might be a little low. I'm thinking that's maybe the big thing at the moment is the mana cost is lower than it should be to be able to attack all enemies multiple times. But for now, I'm going to let it be, and we'll test further. I think after this group of mobs, I'm going to switch back to the longsword and equip that barrier with a ton of strength on it, and see if we can one-shot these level 2 glubs. So this barrier has a ton of strength. So we're not going to have any karma, but we're going to put this longsword back in. So look how we get a ton of strength now, but we only have 9 karma, so we're not going to have enough mana to use cleave. But I think, oh yeah, our strike is going to hit super hard. Do we have anything else with speed at the moment that we can equip? We haven't really gotten any heads or legs yet, so we're gonna have to keep an eye out for those items and hopefully get some more speed. Whoops, look at, we took our health thing off. We only have 9 HP right now, so the gloves are still pretty fast since we have no speed, but we're hitting kind of hard. I don't know if it's as hard as the Destiny was, though. And we just hit level 3, which is what that sound means. That sound can only mean one thing. We've hit level 3. Oh, cool, some tights, but they rolled health. A baying blade with speed on it. Oops. So let's go level select. Are we powerful enough for level 3 yet? Let's YOLO it and see what happens. But right now, baying blade with speed. We give up 50 strength, but we gain a lot of speed, and we get that crit damage. So let's go back to the Destiny that has all the crit chance on it. So it gives us 6% crit chance. Let's equip the Destiny, the Destiny and the Baying Blade, so that we have this crit damage and a little bit more speed. The thing that the Baying Blade does, obviously it has a lot of crit damage on it. That's one of its legendary powers. And then since it's an offhand weapon, it's actually giving us another attack in our repertoire. So these two, Spike and Magic Missile, come from the Destiny, and then Spin Attack is coming from the Baying Blade. And as you can see, it hits pretty hard, potentially. 19 to 147 damage, but it actually costs a lot of mana for that attack, so we probably aren't going to be able to even cast it with the karma that we have right now. Let's equip these tights just for the hell of it. They give us a block chance and tons more health that we don't need. Let's see, is there anything we can unequip? We just really don't need health on this Destiny, but the crit chance I think is worth it. Especially with this dexterity from our Baying Blade. So with this, we're gonna hit a lot. Oh, this is much better, guys. Some trousers. Some uncommon trousers with 30 speed or 30 dexterity. I keep calling it speed, but it's dexterity. Speed is your movement speed, and dexterity is your turn order. So are we gonna have enough to cast Magic Missile? It costs 4, so every 4 turns, basically, we get to cast Magic Missile. And then we just hope for the crits, I think. Guys, this is going to be a long video. If you've settled in already, we've been going for 30 minutes, but I think I'm going to keep going until we get a decent build going on our character. You know, or maybe if we hit like 50 minutes or something, because that's going to take forever to upload to YouTube. But if you're watching this, I was able to do it, so it's not a big deal. I'm just watching for that crit. We got that 6% crit. There we go. We just crit for 132 damage on an attack that normally does 50. So the other thing about magic missile is it can't be dodged. That's a pretty standard magic missile attribute. So we made it so that you can't dodge magic missile. There, we crit for 47 on that one. It's not huge, but it's not awful. I'm not sure if this build is doing it at the moment. I think we just need more strength. So I think... Oh, you know what? If we put this barrier, we give up our crit chance or crit damage. But it makes our attack so much more powerful. Let's go for it. There we go. We're hitting pretty good now. I mean, I'd like to see a little more power from it, or have a little more speed so we hit more often, or some more karma so that we can cast magic missile more often. But we're shaping up. You know, a couple more items and we'll have a decent build going. We'll be able to jump to another level. I forgot what level we're in right now. Oh, we're in level 3 because we're getting level 3 items. This is a remorse, but it rolled health, constitution, so it's not super useful to us at the moment. Oops, level select. All right, let's go back into level 3. Check our chest. Some rain boots with karma on them. Yeah. This is excellent. So now we're going to be able to cast our magic missile. We have a lot less health, but we don't need it against the glubs right now, so it's going to be worth trying. And we have decent strength now, so our attack should do a bit of damage. And finish him off with a spike. Oh man, we almost one-shot those guys. I like that even though they're dead, we keep smacking them too. Going straight for that chest. Oh, we rolled a new destiny. This destiny has karma on it, but it doesn't have the crit chance. So I think we're gonna stick with our level 1 destiny for now. And we don't want to give up any speed, I don't think. So let's just keep going. And we just hit level 4, so I think we're actually powerful enough to go into level 4. In the final game, will, of course, you won't be able to go into level 4 until you beat level 3. So you'll kind of have that. It's not like right now where I could just click on 10 if I wanted to. You know, it kind of is going to gate you. Okay, so we got some level 4 trousers now to replace our level 3 ones, give us 10 more speed. And we rolled a barrier, but it has health on it, has constitution, so. Alright, back to the grind. We're getting so much gear with constitution on it. I guess it's just a luck of the roll, I guess, but this sturdy buckler with a dexterity on it is tempting, but I don't think we want to give up 50 strength right now. In the future, there will be a blacksmith in the town, and you'll be able to take loot you get to them, and you'll be able to reforge the major stat on an item. So if you roll a really good item, but it has constitution on it and you need strength, you'll be able to go to the blacksmith, and as long as you have enough crafting materials, you'll be able to switch that constitution to strength or whatever you need. So it'll be a little bit easier to customize your character's build once that is implemented, but for right now we just kind of have to use what we're given. But we're given enough junk that it doesn't make it too difficult right now. Level select. Were we just doing level 4? I feel like we're ready for 5. Let's try level 5. Let's get into a chest and see. Ooh. Will I give up 50 strength for 100 dexterity? I feel like I shouldn't do that because, well, let's see. We'll attack far more often, but we really don't hit for much then. No, let's keep the barrier on for now, but let's remember we have this shiver with dexterity on it. It actually rolled really low. Wait, actually 5 times 25, 150. This is a mediocre shiver. It's better than what we have right now, but yeah, that speed would really help right now, that dexterity. I keep calling it speed. I think everybody's going to do that, but the dexterity would help us attack a lot more in this turn order. You know, if you're attacking twice as often, it basically doubles your strength. Let's pause real quick. What is this guy's dexterity? 75. So if we want to outspeed him, we need a bit more Oh, we're still not doing too bad though. And we hit level 5. So, brings us... We're not looking too bad for a level 5, I think. I feel like if we had tougher mobs in the game, we would definitely need some tougher loot, but... Okay, this one, in case you're wondering, is a companion. You know, so Mr. Donut is a companion. And we have the artifact and companion slots, but the companions aren't working how they're supposed to yet. And the same with the artifacts. Right now they just give a major stat, which isn't what they're supposed to do. Companions aren't going to give major stats all the time. It's not going to be a default like it is on other gear. They're going to do things like attack and block and things, you know, that like a pet would do. So I'm not equipping those items right now since they're not working as intended yet. Also, they'll only be available in the shop. That's you know, artifacts and companions are a premium item that you'll have to spend your crystals on. Also, we should be able to tell right now. I'll put the movement speed back down to 1, and you can tell it goes a bit slower. We should be able to tell in the... See, here's our walk speed at 1, and then if we put our walk speed to this 1.5, you can tell we're moving a bit faster. One glove hanging out over here. I think we could handle level 6 or 7, but it would be very slow. It would be slow progression, I think. Just for the sake of the video, let's stick to level 5. Let's look at our inventory though. These boots have speed on them, but we don't want to give up our 30 karma. This gift of slaughter though, this wolf gift of slaughter is interesting. We don't need the health really. So let's equip this wolf and see what it does for us. It gives us 180 strength, which is going to make our attacks hit very hard. This wolf it's a sword. It doesn't have a AoE attack, but the basic attack hits pretty hard on the closest. And then if we have enough mana to cast Coup de Grace, we'll be able to slaughter some stuff. So let's see how this goes. Ooh, these guys have more health than I had realized. 820. Huh. Maybe the Destiny was still better. We're at 45 minutes on this video. I think we're gonna call it pretty soon. I think you guys get the idea of how the game works at the moment, and I think we've been able to highlight all of the new updates, the new changes, that kind of thing there. We just auto used a potion, so that was pretty cool. Yeah, we'll run this dungeon, see if we get anything cool. If we do, we'll run another one. If not, we'll call it quits for this video. I think 50 minutes of video is probably plenty for you guys. Oh yeah, see, we're taking damage from these guys now. I think switching back to the Destiny might be a better idea. Let's see how much coup de grace. It costs 50 mana, and we only have 42, so it's not even in the cards to cast that yet. Can we sneak around here? Get to this chest. Oh, we already got that chest. Did we get these chests up here? No, we did not. Let's hope for something cool. Robbing Hood with karma on it. That should be a lot better. Did we just pick up this Ebon Razor as well? With 115 dexterity. Let's equip that and see how it goes. We're going to give up 50 strength on a level 2 barrier, but we're going to gain 115 dexterity, and we're going to gain an offhand attack. So let's see how that rolls. Yeah, let's see what's in this chest before we fight this glub. Nothing. Oh yeah, that's working really well. So we're going to use a potion. Oh yeah, we're attacking so much more often, so that's working a lot better. This build's pretty good, I think. When we get some tougher mobs, we'll need to prioritize health a little more, but until that day comes, this build works pretty good. And we just revitalized and got 50 mana back. So let's look at our character afterwards and see if we have any revitalize on our character. Oh, we might die. Oh, these guys are hitting for 8 and 9 damage. Yeah, we're gonna die. Oh, you get to see the death animation. Let's look at our character real quick. Revitalize 0%. We're gonna have to look into this bug, I think, if Kel's watching. So it's always neat to find something to fix, I think. Obviously it'd be better if the game just worked perfectly on the first try, but sometimes you have bugs. We're not getting anything cool out of these out of these chests at the moment. Oh, there's a little bug too. If you unequip something, sometimes it's really hard to get it back into the slot. You got to close out, back into the inventory, and then equip it. So let's fight these guys in this dungeon, and then we'll call it for this video. Or we die. One or the other. We actually have enough mana to cast Coup de Grace, so let's see how much damage. 400. Last chest. A Mr. Donut with 100 constitution on it. That's a little broken if you ask me. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Thanks for checking out our game, being 50 minutes long, interested in what's happening with Dungeons of the Obelisk. That alone makes me super excited that you guys were able to stick it out and watch this video. I feel like our game's coming along really well. I just hit level 6. I feel like it's shaping up. I think you can see how much fun it's going to be when it's done. If you want to keep up on all the updates, knobcat.com. Knobcat.com is your place for all the updates. I post a blog every Saturday. We post these videos there. Any updates, and of course the link to the Discord. So the Discord channel, of course, has everything you need. That's where we like talk about stuff. That's where you can show up and ask questions and things like that. So yeah, we're gonna let this battle finish, and then I'm gonna call it for the video. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.